Here we go. Dom and Brian are cornered. Jason Statham is waiting behind them with the grenade launcher.
Dom, cars don't fly!
Brian screams the most logical line in the entire movie. Cars don't fly. But does Dom Toretto care about logic? Absolutely not.
Cars don't fly! Oh, shit!
Stop right there. The car exits the window at maybe 100 or 120 miles per hour. According to basic physics, the moment it leaves the floor, the nose should dip due to gravity. But in the Fast and Furious universe, cars apparently have the aerodynamics of a fighter jet. The distance between those towers is at least 40 or 50 meters. Crossing that gap in a straight line without dropping? Physically impossible.
No brakes! What?
Wait, seriously. You paid $3.4 million for a car. You get 420 diamonds in the headlights, but the brakes are sold separately. I guess for that price, stopping isn't a priority. Or maybe the warranty just expired the moment they flew out of the first window.
No brakes! Shit!
Anyway, jokes aside, the landing likely destroyed the hydraulic lines. Now they are just passengers in a very expensive missile. The only way out, you guessed it, jump again. And touchdown, they stick the landing in building number 3. Dom and Brian are perfectly fine, of course. Why? Because family is stronger than gravity. But the car, that poor thing wasn't part of the family. Hearing that crunch hurts my soul. But don't cry too much. Fun fact, they used a cheap fiberglass replica for this crash. Because if they destroyed a real $3.4 million car, the producer probably would have jumped out of the window himself. Okay, we talked about cars flying. But let's talk about this guy, Keith, played by the legendary Tony Jaa for the entire movie. This guy has been beating Brian up. He is faster, stronger, and does Muay Thai flips for breakfast. Brian literally cannot touch him. Fast forward to the final fight. Brian realizes he can't win a fist fight against a human weapon. So what does he do? He decides to use his brain. Watch this move. While Keith is busy showing off his ninja skills, Brian pulls the classic Looney Tunes trap. He ties a rope to Keith's belt and pushes a heavy weight down the elevator shaft.
Too slow!
He waited the entire movie just to say that line. And honestly, this is the only scene in Furious 7 where gravity actually works properly. Heavy object goes down, bad guy goes down. If you thought the skyscraper jump was crazy, welcome to the Azerbaijan mountains. Here, we have Brian O'Connor trapped in a bus that is literally hanging by a thread. The situation is bad. Like, really bad. And gravity takes over. The bus starts falling. In the real world, if you are inside a falling object, you fall with it. You float, you scream, you die. But not Brian. Look at this. He decides to treat this falling bus like a treadmill. He is literally running up a falling object. Sir Isaac Newton just filed a lawsuit against this movie. He sprints, he jumps, it's basically Super Mario logic at this point. And who is there to catch him? Letty, creating the most dangerous trust fall in history. She drifts on the edge of a cliff, swings the back of the car, and catches him by the spoiler. 10 points for style, minus 100 points for realism. Fast and Furious 6. The movie where they decided a tank on a Spanish highway was a good idea. Look at this. It's turning family sedans into pancakes. But the real crime against physics isn't the tank. It's what happens next. In this split second, Dom Toretto apparently gets a PhD in applied mathematics. He calculates the wind speed, the trajectory, the angle of impact, and decides the best way to save her is to crash his own car. He hits the wall. He launches himself. Look at Dom. He isn't a driver anymore. He is an angry bird.
And his name is John C.
They collide in midair. Bam! That's not a rescue. Folks, that is a WWE spear. Dom literally tackles his girlfriend at 80 miles per hour. If you loved someone, would you headbutt them in midair? I don't think so. Fast 5. The tension is high. Brian is stuck on a burning truck that is about to hit a bridge. He is literally roasting. He needs a miracle, or he needs Dominic Toretto. Look at this timing. Dom pulls up in the 1963 Corvette, like an Uber driver who is tired of waiting. Brian jumps, and he lands it safe, right? The hero saved the day. Wrong. Because in Fast and Furious, when you solve one problem, you get a bigger problem. They look ahead. The road ends. It's a dead end.
Shit.
A normal person hits the brakes and screams. But Dom, he doesn't even blink. He stares death in the face and decides, brakes are for cowards. They drive off the cliff. This right here, this is the moment logic officially left the franchise. They are falling for so long, I had time to make a sandwich before they hit the water. They hit the water. Boom. In real life. Game over. You are deleted. But for Dom and Brian, it's just a pool party. Look at this. They pop up like toast. Dom isn't checking for broken bones. He looks like he is filming a Head & Shoulders commercial. Stylish, smooth, pro. I hurt my neck just washing my hair in the shower. This guy falls off a canyon and he looks ready for a barbecue. I'm telling you, Dom Toretto isn't playing the same game as us. He has God mode turned on. Fast and Furious for the opening scene. Dom and Letty are stealing gas tankers in the Dominican Republic. Why? Honestly, have you seen gas prices lately? I don't blame them. In this economy, liquid gold is worth dying for. But then, things go wrong. The tanker loses control. It's spinning down the road like a giant, burning fidget spinner. Dom is trapped. Cliff on the right, wall on the left. Giant bomb coming straight at him. He has zero options. A normal person hits the brakes and prays, but Dom Toretto, he sees a gap barely big enough for a pizza box and thinks, I fit. He hits the gas. He times the bounce perfectly and drives under the exploding truck. Look at that clearance. If he had a slightly taller haircut, he would be headless right now. How did he know it would bounce exactly that high? Simple. He didn't. He just trusted the script. This isn't driving anymore. This is pure magic. Physics, 0. Bald head aerodynamics, 1.
I thought you was dead, man.
Yeah, me too. That's to save my ass, bro.
What are you doing, Brian?
I don't know, but if brawn sees a helicopter or customs boat, she's dead.
Boat, car, boat. You're not gonna do what I think you're gonna do.
Yeah, I think so. You got my back, bro?
Yeah. All right, man, put on the seatbelt. You on some real Dukes of Hazzard shit, bro.
We're gonna do this big. Hold on, Rome. Hold on.
They are on land, he is on water. How do they catch him? A normal person calls the Coast Guard. But this is Brian O'Connor. His solution for everything is drive faster. He sees a ramp and decides to turn his vintage muscle car into a missile. Look at this airtime. They are flying for so long, Roman actually earned frequent flyer miles on this jump. Seriously, call air traffic control, because this is basically a Spirit Airlines flight with less legroom. And crash landing. They destroy a priceless classic car, demolish a luxury yacht, and somehow nobody dies. They literally parked a car inside a boat. This is the moment the franchise realized. Why have gravity when you can have cool stunts?
I think I broke my arm, man.
Too fast, too furious. The opening race, the bridge is opening up. Normal people see a stop sign. Brian O'Connor sees a high score opportunity. He is in a Nissan Skyline R34, a masterpiece of Japanese engineering. And he is about to treat it like a cheap skateboard. He hits the nose. Look at this jump. He is literally flying over the competition. In real life, the landing would destroy the suspension, the chassis, and probably Brian's spine. Crash. He lands, sparks everywhere. The front bumper is fighting for its life. But does the car stop? No. Does the engine explode? No, because JDM legends don't break. They just get cooler battle scars. He crosses the finish line sideways. Style points, 100, suspension health, -500. While the other drivers are waiting at the bridge like confused NPCs, Brian is already celebrating. He didn't just win a street race. I'm pretty sure he just qualified for a pilot's license. So, Newton has officially left the chat. We learned that gravity is just a suggestion, and you don't need physics. You just need family. Join this family by hitting that subscribe button. And tell me in the comments which scene was the most ridiculous, the flying bus or the jumping boat. Let me know. Ride or die.